Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bro Connections podcast. I'm here with Ansel, Brando, Ollie, and Bryant. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, we're back.
We are back. This is the first episode of the new Bro Connections, the evolved form.
After that major guilt trip that you gave us, I guess we all had to come.
Yeah, I mean, you guys deserved it. I was done dirty, honestly. The podcast was done dirty, not just me. Did you guys watch the full video, the update?
I watched the full video.
Did you like
Yeah,
it?
I watched it.
I watched the whole thing.
I felt kind of guilty after the end of that.
As you should.
I guess it worked.
I mean, I was just trying to get the point across, like, nobody was coming. And I was just trying to keep it going, but nobody would even really reply or say anything. They would just say,
I mean, Ali kind of gave up really easily.
So I showed that in the video.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, I know. Ali,
Yeah.
why did you call it? Why did you say it's dead?
he said it was dead so early, too. It was like one day without recording a podcast, it's dead. Instantly.
God.
But we're back now. We're back and stronger than ever. And it should be good.
So, we're here.
So what should we talk about?
I
Did
hear
you guys
about
hear
us going
about,
back to school. Yeah.
In Tennessee, I don't know if he was a YouTuber or just trying to get YouTube clout, but this dude decided to run with two large knives at a group of people, and he got shot dead for a YouTube prank. Not the shooting him dead wasn't the YouTube prank. He threatened to kill people with knives as a YouTube prank, and they shot
This
him.
idiot.
I know it's
This
really dumb.
Yeah, I heard about
Why would you do
That's
that
an
in
idiot.
a concealed carry state?
It's
Someone's gonna say, "Oh shit, that guy's gonna kill me."
I would
Of
have
all the
shot him
states.
too.
Yeah, we all would have.
And
If
so,
you
what,
wouldn't let her
what
knife,
is
like,
his family now suing YouTube or something?
No, how are they gonna sue YouTube? Like, really? They can't even sue the dude because it was like self-defense. I guess they could try, but they would lose.
I mean, here's the thing. You know how they banned TikTok in Italy because this girl choked herself to death because of the blackout challenge?
What is the blackout challenge?
What the heck?
I read an article about it like pretty recently, like a week ago. Yeah.
What did she do? How?
She like tied a belt around her neck and then choked herself because she wanted to participate in that blackout challenge, and so then Italy banned TikTok.
Wow. That's so dumb. I don't know.
That's
I don't like
really
European
ridiculous.
country laws anyway. I don't like European
That's really
countries.
retarded, but I mean,
It is.
Yeah, it is.
I agree.
and then the family sued TikTok.
Did they win?
They still haven't settled yet.
Wow. Oh yeah, I see it right now. Putting a belt around her neck and holding her breath while recording herself on her phone for the blackout challenge.
Wow.
This girl is stupid. I would not have done that even at 10 years old.
Like, I think the new generation, this Gen Alpha, has no common sense.
Is that the new
Yeah.
one? Even like Gen
Wow.
Z is full of softies and I don't know. Less common sense than before. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, millennials were the first generation where people were softies, and then, like, the last good generation was Gen X.
Wow.
Our parents.
Wow.
Our parents.
And then people just started getting babied by them. Gen X ruined the millennials.
Well, no, the baby boomers raised the millennials.
Really?
Yeah.
Wouldn't they be like the grandparents?
No, okay, so here's the thing. If you look at the generations, right? Baby boomers are raising we're raising the millennials. Millennials are raising the Gen Alpha, okay? So then the silent generation raised Gen X, and then Gen X raised the Gen Z.
Wait, which gen are we
Oh,
in?
that makes sense, actually.
Where's
Yeah, my
Z?
dad is Gen X. I just was thinking, like, because Limp Bizkit had the line where it goes, Generation X, Generation Strange. And, I don't know, that just kind of seemed like a time That was before the millennials, so
You know what was really what was really weird was that the greatest generation really did a horrible job in raising the.
who was the best generation?
Like they say, the greatest generation was the best generation.
Which one is that?
World War
Is-
One.
Those World War II guys, the GIs.
Oh,
They're pretty cool. Man, if I was in that generation, I probably would have signed up for World War II.
I mean, if we look at all the generations, okay, you have the silent generation. No, you have the lost generation, which is the World War One people, because they got lost in the war, in the Great War. Then you had the interbellum generation, which were the people in the Roaring '20s. Then you had the greatest generation. Then you had the silent generation. Then the baby boomers. Then Gen X. Then then the millennials. Then Gen Z, and now Gen Alpha.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's after Gen Alpha?
After Gen Alpha, well, they still haven't decided yet.
And
yeah, that's
Man.
fun in the future, though.
We're gonna be raising Gen Omega. I really hope that we're gonna be good parents and save
Yeah.
the population.
Hopefully.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I think I would do a good job at raising kids.
You need to make them not softies.
Exactly. I would beat them every day.
Okay, that's too far.
yeah, say that.
I wouldn't do that only when they're like misbehaving.
I mean,
That there's better ways.
I'll yell at them. Expose them to
Okay, that's better.
horror movies every
That's
night.
better.
no, you don't
Yeah,
want to
that-
traumatize them.
just,
Okay.
it is torture them.
Just teach
But
them
you know
to accept
how-
other
you
know
people's
how-
opinions.
The millennials like try to pamper their children and give them everything they want. You know,
Yeah.
that type of shit. And they shouldn't be doing that. They should be telling children no. Parents need to learn to tell their children no, and they need to learn. And also, there's a problem that a lot of parents have is that they teach their children to be dependent on them. What you need to do is teach your children how to survive. You need to
Yeah, you're a
teach them,
toddler, go get a job.
like you need to teach them like if you were going to die tomorrow.
Yeah, you gotta teach them to be their own
Ow.
person and like do their own stuff.
Yeah, man. Those
I'm
toddlers
learning to
really
cook
gotta
right
get a
now.
job. I'm not gonna feed them all day long.
I learned how to
Right.
cook homemade pizza 2 days ago, and I am a fine pizza chef.
So
I
my
mean, everyone can be a fine pizza chef. I mean,
It's just
but
people-
I did it
dough,
the
sauce,
best.
cheese.
I mean,
No,
do you
I
do you
added
know how to make a
Italian
dough?
Herbs and spices.
Okay, this is how I make a pizza. Okay, so I get the good flatbread, you know, because I could make
You
the
already
pizza dough,
cheated.
but
I made the dough.
no one has time to make a pizza dough. Okay,
I had
You
time.
want
It
to
takes
make
like
it-
30 minutes.
yeah, you get the flour, bro. It doesn't. It takes like 30 minutes to make the whole pizza.
okay. In my family, we only have bread flour. That's it. We don't have not bread flour.
I used bread flour.
We only have pancake flour at our house. How am I gonna make a pizza with pancake flour?
You should make a pancake pizza.
You can
No.
make like the dessert pizza from Round Table.
No. Okay. So what I do is I get a flatbread, right? Okay. So then I get this nice sauce, right? You render it down with like pork bones, tomatoes, all of the nice spices, you know? You render it down. Okay? Very nice flavor. Okay, you scoop the sauce on top of the flatbread.
Yeah,
Okay.
Brenda giving us a nice tutorial, man.
Okay,
Keep
so
going,
then
Brenda, keep going.
after you scoop the sauce, right? Then you add your cheese, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a thin layer of cheese, right? Because then you want to put your toppings and then put another layer of cheese on top
That's
of the
what I
toppings.
do.
Okay, so then what I'll do is I'll take salami and prosciutto. So I'll layer the salami around and then put pieces of prosciutto around. Then I'll put some artichoke hearts everywhere. Nice artichoke hearts. And what else? I also put mushrooms because I like mushrooms. And onions. And then I put the next layer of cheese. I put some olive oil. I sprinkle some other spices, and then into the oven it goes at
You know how
400
to
degrees
make garlic
Fahrenheit.
twists?
Garlic twists. It's just taking pizza dough and then putting garlic oil on top of it.
Yeah, you're just twisting it.
You
Yeah.
don't know how to twist it good though. I bet you can't do like knots.
Why do you say that?
I don't know.
You
I have to
literally just
read
have
the
to twist
designs.
it.
I made like an airplane.
That's nice. Good.
Geometric shapes.
You know the Mexican lasagna?
No, I don't.
Okay, so
No
it's
problem. Give
called
us a tutorial right now. Take us to your kitchen and make it right now.
It's
Okay, I
hard.
can't make it right
I
now.
would have to
Okay,
like
I can't.
make the dough, and then we would have to wait for it to rise.
Okay, so the Mexican lasagna, right? It's called chilaquiles, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so to make chilaquiles instead of pasta, right? Instead of the lasagna pasta, right? Which is these squares of pasta. You actually take stale tortillas, right? Because sometimes, like, let's say one day you make too many tortillas and then you don't eat them all, right?
Hmm.
And so you have some leftover tortillas that become stale. Don't throw them away. Just keep them in your fridge and accumulate them. And once you have a nice big pile of stale tortillas, right? Or you could just make them stale on purpose. I don't know. I don't care what you do with your tortillas. Okay, then you take your tortillas, you chop them up into squares, kind of like if you were gonna make chips. Cut them up into wedges, and then fry them in oil. Okay, so then you fry your chips, right? And now you pretty much have chips. If you really wanted to, you could just add salt, and now you have really good chips, right?
Yeah.
Really good chips. But okay, you reserve the chips that you've just made. Then you make a nice sauce with like salsa and tomatoes, all good stuff, right? So you now have this nice sauce, right? This red sauce. It's pretty cool. It's like a spicy tomato sauce. Okay, so then you put the tortillas on the spicy tomato sauce. And it doesn't have to be too thick. It needs to be a little thin, pretty thin, right? And you put the chips on the spicy tomato sauce. And then you let it cook, and then you put cheese on top. And that's the Mexican lasagna.
That sounds pretty good. I would like to eat
It
that.
is really good.
I had some spicy food earlier. I had a cup of hot and spicy chicken ramen noodles.
Oh my dear.
And it was pretty spicy. My lips kind of hurt.
You know those hot and spicy ramens from instant ramens are kind of disgusting.
I liked it. I mean, I would rather have a regular ramen noodles that's not hot and spicy, but I liked it. I mean,
You know what I do with ramen noodles is that okay. So what I do is I chop up some cilantro and some jalapenos, and then get some cheese, and I put the cilantros and jalapenos and cheese and put it in on top of the ramen.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
It is good. It's cheesy ramen with spice because you have jalapenos in it now.
Yeah. I have never done that. So, Brando, what do you know about the Taliban?
I mean, the Taliban is in Afghanistan.
And what do they do?
They're an underground. They're an underground organization. They right now the Taliban rules over Afghanistan. Even though the United States doesn't want it to rule over Afghanistan, it's still ruling over Afghanistan.
Is
They
that a
really
good
have no
thing?
control, huh?
Is that a good thing?
I mean, it's a good thing for the Taliban. It's not a good thing for the United States.
Why?
Well, because the United States' interests do not align with the interests of the Taliban, and the Taliban is doing its own thing,
Taliban
right?
want,
Racist? Does
What
the
do they
United
want?
States have racist white people interests? Is that why?
I guess, yeah. And so their interests do not align with that of the Taliban. And the United States, you know, the United States has a history of going into countries that don't align with its interests and then putting dictators that do align with its interests. So all of Latin America has had at least one time has been invaded by the United States, and a democratically elected president of an Latin American country is killed by the U.S. Army and then put a dictator in his place.
That
So the
doesn't
United
sound like a
States'
good
thing
thing.
about spreading freedom and liberty everywhere is untrue.
Exactly.
I
So
mean,
the
the freedom
Taliban
and
is good.
I mean, it's good for the Taliban. It's been okay for the people who live under the Taliban. I mean, it's not good for
Why?
because the Taliban follows an extreme. It follows it follows Sharia law. So it's not,
So
and
at
Sharia
least
law is not
50% of
good
the
for
people
women.
there really like it. At least.
Huh?
At least
A lot of
50% of people in Afghanistan really like it.
Yeah,
That's majority.
Yeah, of course they like it because they would like their own people than people who invade their country and kill people at weddings
Exactly.
with drones.
That's
Of course, they like the Taliban. What are you talking about?
yeah, because there's two choices. You can either go with the drone people that have been killing you with drones, so you don't even know who's killing you, or you can go with the people that follow your religion and have and are ruling with the religion in its mind, right?
Yeah,
So
they're just fighting
most
for
choose Taliban.
jihad or their jihad. Like,
I
don't
mean,
know.
yeah.
I feel like
The
we
United
shouldn't be
States-
stepping in. Just let the countries settle it for themselves, right, Ansel?
Yeah.
And then you have Ansel.
Also, you hear us?
I think he's angered because we were talking
Yeah,
about the.
much.
Oh,
What do
did you
think
not
about
hear
it, Ansel?
anything of what we said?
What? No, I heard.
And do you have any word on that?
Well, I mean, I've heard that the Taliban does some bad stuff. So,
Such as?
American propaganda.
such as, I mean,
Well-
I'm on the Wikipedia page. I mean, I can read here: massacre campaigns, human trafficking.
That's I
Oppression of
heard
women.
Wikipedia isn't credible.
I mean,
Yeah.
what
Right.
the Taliban has done is bad. It's really bad.
I think that if the
Yeah.
Taliban really wanted to expand and actually gain new members and get their point across to seem like a good organization to the rest of the world, they need a website. I was looking up Taliban website and I got on the website from like 2001 and it's not even active. So how am I supposed to support the Taliban?
Yeah, they have websites. They have them on the dark web.
Okay, let me go find one. I have.
How do you explain all the people that have gotten radicalized? They've gone to Taliban websites on the dark web and they've gotten radicalized there.
I heard like a year ago that the Taliban was recruiting kids through Roblox. Do you guys know about
But you
that
know-
or no?
I did not know about that.
I don't know how true that
That.
is. But
But I mean, the Taliban is bad. The Taliban is bad.
why?
It just they're bad for anyone who isn't Islamic.
So, if the Islamic religion is right, then the Taliban are the only good people in the world.
I guess, but then also the Taliban takes Islam to an extreme. So again,
Yeah, I looked at
You
some of
don't
the
know if it
laws.
was a-
Don't justify them.
I looked at some of the
If-
laws, and I can't say that I 100% agree with them, but I also say that we shouldn't meddle with other cultures.
okay, but okay.
Aren't all cultures beautiful, Brando?
I mean, yeah. No.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
I
if a
don't know.
culture, no, not all cultures are beautiful. If your culture involves killing everyone who's not like you, then it's not a beautiful culture.
Cough, cough. Nazi Germany.
Cough, cough.
Exactly.
I don't like the Nazis. I don't even like Germany now. I feel like they suck.
Yeah, that's why we went to World War, to fight them.
We should go to
Because
World War
they had
again with them.
bad practice.
I mean, the Germans are kind of like they became real big pussies after
Yeah,
World
exactly.
War II.
And they were letting just to make their country better. They're like they have the most like open immigration policies ever, and they're just letting like drug lords. You know that dude?
Nah, bro, they're just
What's his
preparing
name?
for the
Wait,
next
wait.
World War.
You
They're
know the
letting
guy-
everybody in so they can kill
Brando
again.
might know him. In Africa, you know the dude that supplied like 1 million people with machetes to murder all the Tutsi tribe, and it killed like it was like a big massacre in like the 90s. Some dude just and he went to Germany.
Uh-huh.
Tutsi massacre.
Yeah, it's the Rwandan genocide.
Yeah, Rwandan genocide. The dude that like funded the side that was killing all the people, he just went to Germany and they couldn't find him for a long time. And when they did find him, he just left.
Wait, I just saw this. Berlin exhibition on brave African drug dealers.
On what?
Brave African drug dealers.
Right, brave.
It says an exhibition in Berlin has drawn both praise and condemnation for presenting the lives and migration routes of the city's African drug dealers. The artist behind it believes the dealers do brave political work.
And Berlin is in Germany?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, come on, Germany. What are you guys thinking?
This is the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
It's kind of cool. Who's the drug dealer, I wonder?
It's a bunch of African drug dealers.
Wow. So they're just supporting the whole African drug trade. Don't they, like, kill people?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Man, would you rather join the African drug cartels or the Taliban?
Probably Taliban.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My point.
That doesn't prove any points.
I would join the Taliban too. Unless I was like the top guy in Africa. Brando's totally froze.
Yeah, I mean, if I was
That is
Islamic, yeah, I'd probably be fine with the Taliban.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so the Taliban, right? Is also
Right.
a drug dealing organization. They deal heroin.
Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, also, I mean, this
But
thing
look-
about them glorifying African drug dealers is not a thing. It's not a big deal because I mean, everywhere they glorify drug dealers. Here in the United States, they glorify drug dealers on television.
You have to hustle in the street.
And I mean, in Mexico, they also glorify the drug lords of Mexico,
you guys know
with,
Evil
like, those-
Pimp?
also on TV.
Yeah, I mean, everybody loved Pablo Escobar for a minute.
I mean,
I
when
mean-
Pablo Escobar was killing your family, you did not love Pablo Escobar. But I mean,
Yeah, but when he was funding your schools and giving you a ton of money for free, everybody loved him.
then people like Pablo Escobar.
Perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's on what side. If you're on Pablo Escobar's side, then you love Pablo Escobar. But if you're not on Pablo Escobar's side, then you totally fear for your life if Pablo Escobar is coming at you.
I thought he was a pretty cool dude when I watched Narcos.
Yeah, Narcos.
I mean, okay, so I mean, they glorify drug dealers everywhere. So that they're glorifying African drug dealers in Germany is not. It's not that outrageous.
Yeah, not really at all. I mean, yeah. Should drugs be legalized, Brando? All of them?
I mean,
I don't know, neither. I think prostitution should be legalized.
I never understood why it was illegal in the first place.
What,
because it's
prostitution?
because it goes against religion.
That's messed up.
But isn't the U.S. not based on any religion?
I mean, I mean, a lot of the laws in the United States are still based off of religion. Prohibition is
Right.
based off of Christianity.
In God We Trust is like on our money.
In God We Trust was actually added after the beginning of the Cold War.
Eisenhower, right?
Yes, Eisenhower.
Yeah.
Eisenhower added it because he wanted the United States to feel more of an opposite to the Soviet Union than it actually was. And so the Soviet Union was an atheist state that did not encourage the practice of religion. So the United States wanted to go full on religion and put God in God We Trust on everything.
That's dumb.
I heard that also the Soviet Union was all about like unity, and before we had In God We Trust, our thing was like the E Pluribus Unum thing, which was like we are one. So they wanted to be not like we are one, like the communists.
And now
Yeah,
we are
so they
divided.
did not. Yeah, so I guess yeah.
Man,
We should change it back though.
we should. I think,
Just-
yeah,
yeah.
whatever that, I can't recite exactly what that phrase is, but
Yeah.
it should be changed.
I
back
pledge
to
of
that.
alle-
like
I
that
pledge
better than
allegiance
God We
to the
Trust.
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, and with liberty and justice for all. So that, I mean, it'll sound kind of weird without the In God We Trust. Under God, without the under God, because it'll sound like this.
I mean,
I pledge
that
allegiance
thing
to
is
the flag
fine. Like,
of the United
why
States of
change the
America.
poetry thing? But I'm just saying the money. Let's take it off that. Especially, it was just added in like whenever the Cold War ended. Or,
It was added like when Eisenhower was president.
Yeah, Eisenhower.
So, like 60 years ago.
For real.
More than
So,
60 years ago. 70 years ago.
Yeah, 70.
1950.
Yeah, 1950s. Was Eisenhower a good dude?
I mean, he built the freeways.
He built the freeways.
But then he built the freeways on top of African people's houses, so I guess.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
bad. Well, I mean, the cities were in charge of building the free. I mean, Eisenhower said, build the freeways wherever you want, and all the cities built them on top of minority neighborhoods.
Why?
Not
Did they
Because,
make
I
it
mean,
wrong?
the minorities couldn't protest against a freeway being built on top of their houses.
no
I would
money.
have built pipe
They
bombs.
can't.
And so
Then
what
you-
they did was
then you
bulldoze
be a
all their
terrorist.
houses and then put a freeway on top.
That's
You know
That
where the
sucks.
50 was? You know where the 50 is in downtown and the I-5? Where the I-5 was? That was, it used to be Little Japan in Sacramento.
there was a little Japan.
Yeah, it was a humongous Japanese community.
Is it
Right
still
where all the
there?
skyscrapers and I-5 is. Oh no, it got all destroyed. The only thing that is left of it is that like Chinese looking tower that's in downtown.
That's pretty sad.
And then also, you know where the 50 is? That used to be a Mexican neighborhood, but then they destroyed it. There used to be projects down there. They destroyed it all to put the 50.
Yeah, that sucks.
So they're really just they crack down on minorities a lot.
Yeah, so I mean, the freeways are kind of racist.
The freeways are racist.
Because
Yeah.
the freeways, because you know who were the ones that were using the freeways at that time? White people that were living away from the city so that they could go drive to downtown and work in downtown.
That sounds pretty racist.
Yeah, so they went
It
and
does,
destroyed
yeah.
all the minority houses to build freeways so white people could go to work.
This was.
Wow.
I just realized this was before the Civil Rights Act,
Yes, it was.
When was that?
1963.
That was
And the freeways-
not even that long ago.
And the freeways were built in the 50s and also in
Yeah.
the 70s. So between 50s and 70s. But all the intercity freeways were built in the 50s.
Whoa.
So yeah,
Yeah.
freeways are racist. Well, at least intercity freeways are racist.
Yep.
Pretty
That's
bizarre.
the takeaway.
Yep. Boycott freeways, intercity freeways.
Mhm.
We don't need
I mean, how are you going to boycott intercity freeways in Sacramento? How are you going to cross the bridge
take
to
a plan.
downtown?
Right.
I don't know. There's got to be like back roads or something.
You can go all the way to Power Inn Road and then cross the bridge across the river and then go all the way down to downtown. But who wants to go all the way to Power Inn just to cross the river?
Yeah, I guess we can't boycott the freeways.
Yeah, it's over. It's done.
Were there? Okay, so they just destroyed Little Japan. That sucks.
They destroyed Little Japan and all the African Americans in under Highway 50 and I-5, and they moved them all to Oak Park.
Oak Park?
Yeah, Oak Park was built after the freeways were built to move all the people who had to get kicked out of where they were living under the freeways.
Did they like just get free houses there, or did they have to start over again?
I mean, they had to start over again.
That is so racist. Like that. That's just punching down
Yeah.
as hard as you can.
Yeah.
And then also they destroyed more of Little
Think
Japan
about
to
this though.
build government offices.
Would the Taliban do that? I think not.
I mean, the Taliban does burn down Christians' houses down.
It's Christians though. Christians are more privileged than Islamic people.
Okay, but
they're
saying
still
privilege
killing.
and privilege that kind of.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it will be hard for the Taliban to crack down on minorities as well because there's kind of just one race in Afghanistan, which is pretty racist.
But there's different religions. No, actually, the Taliban goes against the Kurds.
Oh, the Kurds. I forgot. The Kurds. Okay. Which one's better, the Taliban or the Kurds?
I mean, the Kurds just want to live like Kurds and make their own Kurd nation.
It sounds like turd.
Well, it was going to be Kurdistan. That's what they want to make.
Oh, but they're not able to. Well,
But they're not able to because there's a lot of fighting between they're fighting against Syria and they're fighting against Iraq.
they just
It's not
have
a
to,
lot
like,
of Kurd activity. in Afghanistan
Why don't nations conquer stuff anymore?
because nations have
What?
better ways of getting stuff.
Like what?
Like they can use economics to get what they want.
Why? I feel like wars would be easier, and wars are profitable.
And they're actually more expensive, and they're only profitable to the
A lot of people
war
die,
industry.
man. That's not.
It's
Also,
literally
wars are
war.
just not popular with the populace, and now that most countries have republics, just war isn't feasible.
That sucks.
I mean, unless you're the United States and you're fighting war against a bunch of third world countries. Because
Yeah.
that's what the United States has been doing. Ever since World War II, the United States has been at war with a bunch of third world countries. The greatest enemy of third world countries is the United States. If you're a third world country that does not have its ideals aligned with the ideals of the United States, with the interests of the United States, and you have stuff that the United States wants, you're going to be at war with them.
Why can't we just let them be?
Because the United States wants its shit.
Yeah.
They
We're the
want that
USA.
stuff.
You know?
I feel like all these third world countries that we're at war with, I guess, why don't we just conquer them and make them have our beliefs?
Because then that would look bad on us. Okay, because the United States was the one that said we can't have the British Empire continue because colonialism is bad. So having the United States colonize those third world countries will make them look like hypocrites.
Well, we won't colonize them. We'll just take them over.
That's colonization.
Oh, I thought I thought you had to like put your people there.
I mean, the British didn't have to really put that many people in there. They just sent a few British leaders over there and then said, well, this is now part of the British Empire. We have these white people ruling a bunch of black people. We're Indians. Oh, and then we'll call our king the Emperor of India.
Wow.
Oh, because you know why the title Emperor of India existed? It was because the Queen of England was upset that when she went to Europe to negotiate with the other European monarchs, all the other European monarchs had the title of Emperor. So like the German Emperor, the Austrian Emperor, the French Emperor. And she was only a queen, so she needed to be an empress as well. And so they said, well, we have the British East India Company, and they're kind of failing, so let's just pay them off. And then you can be the direct ruler of India, and because India is like really a nice colony, we'll just call you Empress of India.
What's this lady's name?
Queen Victoria.
Wow, that sucks.
So she was the first Empress of India.
She's not Indian.
She's not Indian.
She's
She was
the
a white
queen.
lady. She's a white lady. She was the Queen of England.
Oh,
And
I
they
don't
just
like
called
this
her
girl.
Empress of India.
I would be so pissed if I was in India at that time and this white lady took over my.
I mean, that's why. I mean, Gandhi was really. I mean, the Indians were really pissed at British rule. The British really did not give a shit about India. The only thing they gave a shit about India was the tea, was the spices that they brought to the British Empire.
Spices are good, but white people don't even like spicy food. Why did they want all the spices?
They wanted the cardamom and all that crap, and also they wanted tea, and they could grow tea in India.
Hmm. Wow.
They
It was
okay.
messed up though.
Also, the British fought a war against China over tea, called the Opium Wars.
Over like poppy tea.
Right. Opium.
Okay, no. Okay, so what happened is that the British were because at this point the only place you could get tea was China, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the British were paying the Chinese in silver to get their tea because that's the only thing that the Chinese wanted. They didn't want any of the British shit. They didn't want anything that the British made. The only thing they wanted was silver. Okay, so the British were spending 1/7 of their annual income. So 1/7 of the British economy was being siphoned away to China to pay for their tea addiction.
Wow.
Okay, so the British said, well, this can't happen. We need to make a way. We need to find a way to not pay so much of our money to get our tea. So what the British did was they had India, right? And they're like, well, India is kind of like China. Why don't we grow tea in India? And so they tried to grow tea in India, and it failed. They couldn't grow tea in India. But one thing the ground was just not good enough to grow tea. The climate. What they did find was that they could grow heroin. They could grow poppies.
Yeah.
Okay, and so then they grew a bunch of opium and they said, why don't we sell this opium to China in exchange for tea? And so that's what they started doing. They started selling drugs. They started peddling. This was the British East India Company. Started peddling drugs into China so that they could get the tea and then sell it to England for humongous profit. Okay, so this is the British East India. Okay, so then what happens is that the Chinese emperor's like, what the fuck? We cannot have this opium infecting our population. We can't have these foreign devils corrupt our populace. And so then they declare that. So then what they do is there's this giant warehouse of opium, right? And the Chinese soldiers come in and they blow the whole warehouse up, right? And the British are super angry. The British are like incredibly angry, and so then the British, the representative of the British East India Company goes to Britain and says, the Chinese have now blown up all our opium, and we want you to help us defend our opium and force the Chinese to accept our opium selling. And so then the British come in with the Royal Navy, and they go invade China.
Man, we would all be
And you know-
thankful if they would have taken over China.
And you know what happened? Well, because all the soldiers were addicted to opium,
Oh God.
they weren't able to fight effectively, and so then the British like completely rolled over the Chinese. Also, there was a rumor that the British didn't take prisoners, so the Chinese would fight to the death because they didn't want to be killed by the British, and so there was a bunch of unnecessary blood shed. So then the British go up to the capital of China, right, Peking, and they go to the emperor and they say, you're going to let us sell opium in your country, and you're going to give us Hong Kong. And so that's how the British got Hong Kong, and that's how they continued getting opium into China.
Wow.
Okay, so then negotiations after that war kind of start breaking down, and then there's another war over tea in China, the Second Opium War. And in this Second Opium War, the British East India Company goes bankrupt. And so then they have to sell their assets to the British government, and then the Queen becomes the Empress of India, right? And then they go into China and they invade it again, and then they make China give them tea at a better price, and they also have forced China to open up ports on its coast where the British could trade whatever they wanted with China in these ports. And also, they took some islands around Hong Kong as well.
How do you feel about what's happening in Hong Kong like now?
I think that Hong Kong should just be its own nation.
I agree. I think that it's bad.
Hong Kong is so different from China that it shouldn't be integrated with China at all. It's been changed so radically by British rule that the people of Hong Kong are more like to British people than they are to Chinese people.
What are China's allies right now?
Well, China has allies pretty much China's allies are people who are against the U.S.
So like North Korea, I know they're
Right.
allies. They're homies.
Yeah, they're allies. They're also kind of friendly with Iran.
What about the
They're also
Taliban?
they're not really.
The Taliban
they're-
is like lone soldiers. You know, Taliban means student, because it's a group of
Yep.
They're students of Islam.
yeah. Group of
Okay.
religious students.
They're also allied with a bunch of African nations that they've given loans to.
What?
because,
Why
I mean,
are we
the
so in
African-
debt? What are we getting debt from?
We're getting in debt from all of. Well, one place we're getting debt from is from China. We're also getting debt from American citizens.
Really?
So
Yes.
we're putting ourselves in debt.
Yes,
if
American
you
citizens are putting their own government in debt
Dang.
That's nice.
How?
because. Okay, so billionaires are giving the government money to do what they want, right? Like, there's like bonds, because there's security bonds. So if you're a person, any normal person can buy a little portion, can give the government a little bit of money, and the government says we'll pay you back with interest in like 10 years. And so they get a lot of debt from that.
Hey, we should do that. Give him like $10.
Get that $10, and then we'll get $12. We're gonna just put our government more in debt. You know.
Yeah, that's good. We're
Dang.
giving him.
Well, oh, I swear I had some other topics for today, but I don't know. We could be going back to school. You guys want to talk about that?
Yeah, we could talk about that.
Are you guys, all of you, gonna go back to school when we get the chance?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to school.
Yeah.
I want to go back to school.
Yeah, me too. I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah, for sure.
it'll be different, but it'll be fun nonetheless. It'll be a good experience, good story for our children that we will hopefully have, grandchildren, and it'll be fun. I don't know. We get to learn. We get something to do in the day. We get to go outside. That'll be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, outside, that's the best
We
part.
actually get to talk to each other and eat lunch.
That,
you
yeah,
know?
that's the best part.
We get to
Yeah.
congregate and chill. I think it'll be great. I hope that we go back. It's like 2 weeks is the best case scenario possible, but even in that leaked email that we saw, it does not. It sounds like they're not really planning to go back to school in 2 weeks. It's more like
Yeah, I think about a month or two should be.
I
I'm
hope
hoping-
we can make it a month, just so it's been 1 year since school shut down. I feel like that would be really cool to say. It's been 1 year.
Yeah, that would be dope. I just hope it'll be awesome too if they can get us back in school before this quarter ends, because the classes that I have, at least, I would like to be at school for.
Oh yeah. For conceptual physics, PE,
Physics, PE would be
yeah.
dope.
AP Hug would be fun too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, AP.
Imagine Mr. Bradford's class would be like the best one in person. It's funny
Yeah.
now though, because I don't know. I like
No,
I mean,
conceptual
I like
physics would be
Mr.
fun
Bradford's
because we do,
class virtual as well. It's good virtual.
that's probably the best virtual class, like fun factor, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to go back to that class.
I want to do PE. I hope we're probably not going to be able to play tag anymore.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we never played in the first
Yeah.
place.
Yes, we did. We totally played tag.
Yeah, we played, but it was remember the tag where you had to like hold with one person?
Oh, and PEA.
There was
I thought you just
Ah.
meant like at
You know
lunch.
the one
or
where you
something.
sit down in groups and then like you tag someone
yeah.
and they have
That
to run
was-
around.
Yeah, but
and
you needed to
tag.
have the social distancing, and that just no social distancing.
Can't
Just
do
do it if you touch them and it's like 3 feet away. and then
Roll
you-
the tag.
Yeah.
Here are the sports we can play: tennis, pickleball, wall ball, basketball, kinda.
No
Kinda.
way.
If we played like around the world, then maybe.
No, because you're touching the same ball. You're all touching the same ball.
We have hella balls.
No, I mean
You
they're
want
not
to
gonna.
you want to play basketball
Well, we're
with
gonna-
22 balls in the court at the
Are
same
they gonna
time?
sanitize the classrooms after every class?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Probably.
there's probably
Okay.
instead of the 5-minute breaks in between classes, there's gonna be a 10-minute break because they need to sanitize them.
Are we
I
gonna like,
hope.
get to hang out with each other?
I hope.
I hope.
I hope the school.
Oh, we're gonna have to wear masks.
Wait.
I mean, we've been
I-
doing that for like a year. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Yes,
masks
yes.
aren't terrible. I'm fine with that. Whatever.
I hope the school is the same length, and we only have to be there till 2. I don't want to be there
Oh
till
yeah, if
3:15.
they make us go back to
Yeah.
3:15 again, mine.
Nah,
Nah, that
it's
ain't it.
2. 2 is
Yeah,
the new
this-
norm.
Yeah,
2 is the
yeah,
best. 2.
We've
We should
uh,
do this. Yeah.
we've already tasted the 2 p.m. leaving. I
2
think
p.m.
we need it.
It's the best. Why do you have to take this away from us?
We're already used to
Yeah.
it. All we need is until
Yeah.
2 p.m. and then we're good. Like
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Just keep this exact
We just
schedule.
need this.
Just keep this exact schedule.
I feel like
We'll be fine.
people's mental health will also be better just being able to see other people and have interactions.
Yeah. That's that's a big thing. You know, people's mental health
Yeah.
in
There's a
quarantine.
few kids. I bet there's like at least more than 10 kids that talk to no one. They're just lone wolf in this whole thing. Not even online. Like, I don't know. There's got to be a something. And maybe those kids will do the same thing at school. I'm just worried that like they won't let us congregate in small groups and just hang out with each other. Are they even going to let us go 6 feet away from each other with masks on?
Oh yeah, lunch is gonna be weird because we all have to take
Yeah.
our masks off to eat.
Did you see the
We're gonna be like
tables?
9 feet away from each other. We're gonna be like, "Hey, Axel, how are you?" I'm
Yeah.
good.
They
I
would
think it's only
probably
gonna
get
be a
really
limited
mad if
amount
we
of
did a
people.
rap battle.
I think for the first match, they're only gonna let like 100 or 200 people back.
Yeah, it's probably gonna have to be like some separate group thing or something like that.
They're probably gonna have to do it in batches. They can't just let everybody else back. Like
The
you
best
can't do
class
that.
is going to be PE for me.
Yeah, do you want to run miles?
I'm excited to run. I would be thrilled to run a mile. I would love
Yeah.
to.
I like running miles, but I don't know. I feel
No,
out
only
of
if
it now.
they'll let us listen to music. Like that's BS. Why can't we listen to music while running miles?
Yeah, they should let us have our phones because we already have our phones now. Why would they take them away at school?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like it's not even about the
distraction.
phones. No, it's about the music.
What
It's just like
distraction?
just
Only
let us
like
listen to
dumb kids
music.
get distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they don't let phones, so those kids don't get distracted.
So
They're
tell them
always
not to get
distracted. It doesn't
distracted.
matter if they have a phone or not.
Yeah, but you
Dumb
might as
people
well
don't.
take the steps to lower their distractions.
Put them in the
So
car.
distractions. What do you mean? Like, are we talking about phones again?
No,
Yeah,
we're talking about
Yeah.
listening to music while running miles.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we should be able to listen to music while running miles. How is the phone going to distract you from running?
You could like stop and look at it. I don't know. If I just had it in my pocket the whole time and I was listening to like 808s and Heartbreak, I feel like I would run a faster mile.
Yeah, me too. I would definitely run a fast mile. I have no motivation to run a mile when I don't have any music.
Yeah,
Like,
and then before even like the last few miles I ran, which was like a year ago or something, I would like sing the whole time, like out loud.
I wouldn't sing. I would just sing in my mind.
yeah.
That's on my mind all the time. That's
I
what
was
I've always
rapping
done.
and stuff like during the miles.
Just memorize every single song and sing it to yourself.
I
right.
memorized
Why
every
not?
I
single
already
song.
know all my songs that I like. I don't even need to know lyrics because I
How
just
many
need to
songs
know
do you
the
like, Brando?
instrumental. Huh?
How many songs do you like?
I like I don't know how many songs. I like a lot of songs.
I got a couple of songs on Spotify that I really like right now.
I like Blinded in the Light.
The Weekend
That,
song?
that one's okay. That one's not the best, but it's okay.
I don't
I
even
like
really
that.
like the
That
Weeknd.
I like that one.
He's okay.
It's catchy.
I don't know. I'm not into that type of music. Like it's good. It's okay. I'm not disappointed when I hear The Weeknd come on in Fortnite.
Is he on it?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. I mean, but the Weeknd versus Drake, who's better? Drake, obviously.
I don't listen to rap, and I don't really like rap.
What about Drake?
No.
Drake is he's a superstar pop star rapper guy. He's a good man. Like, I don't know. Drake is better than The Weeknd. That's just a fact. Coming out of Toronto too. Like, why don't they have Drake Day? They have The Weeknd Day now.
They
We
have
should
two
get
weekend
a day
days.
off for Drake.
Why do they have two? I thought. Did you see that? They actually made a
We should do
Weekend
the
Day.
ultimate pop culture
It's
country.
called The Weekend Day. The Weekend Day. Toronto declares the Weekend
Oh my God,
Day.
Toronto.
February 7th in Toronto. Weekend Day.
Where you just listen to na 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 na. That.
Oh, you like Suicide Boys? Ollie?
And Drake was born in Toronto.
Yeah, Drake is a good dude. I feel like Drake is way better than The Weeknd. He's way more buff than The Weeknd. He could beat him up in a fight. He's way cooler. He has better music. I feel like he's more creative. He's
Oh,
he's
The
not
Weeknd
as
was
good as
also born
Kanye
in
West.
Toronto.
He's pretty good. But Ollie, do you like Tommy Wright 3?
Huh?
Tommy Wright 3?
Who's that?
It's like it's one of the Memphis guys that's like a early on. He's like 90s type dude coming out of the Memphis scene. And
Never
he's
heard of him.
like Suicide Boys inspiration. It's like Suicide Boys before Suicide Boys.
Yeah, let me
They're really
listen
good.
to one of his songs. What's his name again?
He's not on Spotify, but if you go on like here, I'll just send you one. I love Tommy Wright 3. Other artists too, like Koopsta Nika, Knicca. He's really good. There's a lot. Evil Pimp is really good. There's a bunch. If you just go in that kind of realm, it's fire. Okay. Tommy.
Robert Kusel is a good. I like his music.
Who?
Robert Kusel.
Robert. Yo, what's up now?
Yeah, I'll send you in general. I'll give you your name.
Listen to that song.
Yeah, check this song out right here. It's slow, but I like it.
You gotta listen to this one too. This one's fire. I listen to so much music, man. Robert Kusel, I'll check him out.
No, not that guy. That one, the one that I sent.
Yeah, I'll check it all out, man.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's classic, huh?
Who?
What do you mean?
The guy you sent, Brando?
No.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I'll send you a song that I like.
Okay.
I'll send you a link.
What is your guys' favorite continent?
Favorite continent? Asia, gang.
Be America.
Asia.
Asia, gang.
I like North America
I don't know.
probably because I live there.
Yeah.
Besides North America, what's your guys' favorite?
Asia.
Asia. 100% Asia, bro.
Maybe like I don't know. South America's nice. It's a nice place.
Meh.
That's rare.
You ever been to Asia, bro? It's sick. We all eat rice there.
Yeah.
Look, where
There
would
you
I
go.
go?
There
I
it
don't
is.
have in my mind where I would go if I went to Asia. I
And
would
that's
just go
not
to
a joke. We
Thailand. It's the
literally
only
all
place
eat
I would
rice.
really enjoy. They would treat me right. And other
Right.
than that, like, I feel like I would hate it if I went to Japan. I would just like they look down on Americans in a lot of Asian countries, especially white Americans. But if you have money and you go to Thailand or the Philippines or like Indonesia, any of these nice countries, especially Thailand.
Yeah, any country, no, any Asian country you have money in, like since everything is so cheap because like the conversion, like you can get a lot of stuff. It's
Japan
crazy.
is still super expensive.
No, $1 here is like
Yeah.
100 rupees in Pakistan.
Yeah, but
It's
then
crazy.
they
Yeah,
just
yeah.
charge like $1 million for like a loaf of bread.
But
Mm.
In
where
Zimbabwe,
do they charge $1 million?
the
Yeah.
$100 trillion bill is worth like 43 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
their
like
inflation
Yeah,
is so
sucks.
bad. It doesn't. It's just horrible.
How do they even get out of that? Really? I think if they just burnt all the money and just started again, one V-buck or one Z-buck, I guess.
And the countries have done this, like El Salvador, money in US dollar.
They should let Epic Games take over their currency system.
That's
Yeah,
stupid. It's
right.
the most retarded shit ever.
That would be great.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah. Epic Games control a whole country. Good idea, man.
Well, I mean,
I
ours
posted.
is
I
based off
posted the
oil,
link
right?
to.
Yeah.
I posted the
Why
link to the
can't they
music
have
right
the
there.
first video game-based currency?
Yeah, like we should have a whole like. I don't know
would-
why, but like America,
Yeah.
it's kind of like every other like in Asian countries, like America is supposed to be this super good country, but now I'm here, like it's kind of trash.
America's great. You're just a hater.
I know,
I
but
mean,
like
perspective.
I mean, it's supposed to be like this so advanced country, but like
But I mean,
look at
compare
Brando
us to,
eating
like,
food in front of a camera,
Niger. Compare
or
us
talking
to
about.
anywhere else. We're way better.
Look, so I posted the link to the song.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's like
Demo.
it's 3:12, so we have a meeting to go to. So
In 3 minutes.
Okay. Well,
Bro, you're the president. Call it
Yeah.
off.
yeah, call it off.
Just call
man.
off.
no, we
Call it
gotta
off,
go to this
man.
meeting.
Okay, this was the Bro Connections podcast. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.